Hello, lovely people. New front end, new tuning session. So it's not only the front end that is new, it's basically all the speakers are new apart from the rear sub. But everything else is new. So that means I need to tune it again. Fresh tune. I didn't have to change many things just because, as you saw from the previous video, the responses that I had are extremely similar to the ones that I had before with the other speakers. So the crossover points kind of worked. I had to tweak a little, just a few little things here and there, but not much. Just redo some EQ work and yeah, like the front sub a bit EQ and on the tweeters a bit EQ. The mid-range is a mess as always. So let's go through the RTA, what I did and what we've got. So I always start with the tweeters. I have left tweeter and right tweeter. Response is the same. I left similar crossover points, just a steeper slope because these do play lower. And after the EQ, I got left tweeter EQ and right tweeter EQ. And after that, the left tweeter, I had to pull the level up because levels were messed up. So I ended up like this, left and right tweeter. Yeah, they follow each other very nice. They follow the target very nice. Then mids. So left mid, it has a massive peak like here. So that needed to be cut down because my target is a bit lower. So from the left one, I got something like this. So I did lost a lot of, how much did I lose? 5, 10, almost 15 dB. This is 15 dB peak. I lost a lot of gain here, and that's why my mid-range ended up being the least, the lowest level. So the reference level was according to the mid-range, and had to tone down all the speakers according to the mid-range. But it's fine, like on full tilt, I still have plenty enough volume. So I had to tone this down. Then right mid, very similar situation. My target was somewhere here. Right mid after the EQ, like that. So these are the mids. Again, they follow each other very nice. They follow the slope very nice. Then the mid bass, we have left mid bass. Actually, I'm going to remove the mids so you can see the mid bass a bit better. So left mid bass, the same crossover points worked as for the SB acoustics, so I just kept these. Just a bit different EQ. So cut this peak, a bit boost in here, and just like that. Then right bass. So this one, since I chose a higher target level, I chose like half boost, half cut. Because like on the left bass, yeah, it was mainly cutting here. But for this one, I chose, because it's close to me, it doesn't need a lot of level, so I could boost it. And where is it? Right bass. After the boost, let me just remove this one. So yeah, boost here, boost and cut here. So left and right, again, following each other, very, very nice. Let me put the mids back. Right mid, left mid, just like that. Then we have the front subwoofer, which is the Dayton one, the center console. So same crossover points again worked. I left it like this and EQ'd, so just remove the peak because for this one it doesn't play high and I need that slope. So since I need that slope, I had to choose the target curve a bit lower. But again, I lost what, 7 dB, and this sub has a lot of headroom, so I don't need to push it anyway. And it plays low, so that's very, very good. That's the front, and then the rear IB sub, it has a lot of level, so I had to tone it down. I chose the target curve so that it would match it at like below 20 hertz. or 20-ish. Yeah, like that. So it was going something like that. And again, just cut that peak. And now I have extension. So it peaks at what, between 18 and 21. That's where it peaks. And it plays down to 15 easy, below 20. So that's fine. Then after I did this, I checked the pairs. So for example, tweeter pair sums up very nice. Mid-range didn't sum up nice because I was guessing it might be some like timing issues. So that's why I did the timing after. I did it, I double checked with impulse response the timing. So let me remove tweeter, mid. This is how they summed. And the mid base, this one. So I had to reduce the level, so it's not they don't sum up just like 2dB. They sum up more, but I just reduce the overall level after that. So this, and then the front sub, I had to increase the level for the front sub to match the targets. Where is it? Front sub EQ. And rear subwoofer just tiny bit decrease the level a few dB, so it will match the target. So I ended up with this, and now I'm gonna overlay the targets what I had. So subwoofer, mid bass, mid range, and the tweeter. So you can see, front sub. Where's the front sub? This one. There we go. So subwoofer is following perfectly. Front sub, mid bass is following perfectly. Tweeters have a little dip here because this is before time alignment, before the phase and time alignment. I thought that it's going to be the same, but the distances are slightly different that I had the other speakers. And for this, for the mid-range, the distances is as well as a bit different because now I have the mid-range just closer to the glass. So these sum up here a bit more and less on the top end. So I just left it as it is, and I played all of them together with the old timing that I had, and they summed up something like this. So all of this sums up very nice. Here's a bit of a mess, and the tweeters and mid-range didn't sum at all. So what I did, I did the phase alignment and time alignment, and I'm gonna show you what I did. So here we have red is the IB sub, green central console sub, and blue is one of the mid bass. So rear sub and front sub, I need them to match between like in this area around 30 plus minus, because they cross at 45 I think. So they do follow each other. Now I'm going to remove the rear sub and I'm going to add the right mid bass. There we go. So these are crossed at 100 hertz somewhere here. And again, the green one is front sub, so they do follow each other here and here. After like 180, the front sub kind of drops off, so that's why this is here. But these are following, and this discrepancy, it looks like they're out of phase, but if you look at amplitude, it's a bit of a mess here. So that's why I think, and because it's a stationary microphone anyway, when you're doing the impulse response, it's not moving mic. But you can see here they look very nice. Then mid-range, mid left, and mid right. Again, all of this crossover region follows each other. You cannot see really anything here because it's a bit of a mess. But yeah, they kind of start at the same time. I did align them according to phase more than time, because again, left and right ear might be a difference, I don't know. But yeah, they follow each other, very nice. And for the tweeters, I don't know, I can show you the tweeters, but you cannot see anything because left tweet and right tweet, yeah, it's a bit of a mess because the phase you cannot see anything, is just the time. Yeah, and I had to readjust. The main thing is the tweeters, they're matching each other. I had to readjust the time slightly, like 0.5 of milliseconds in the DSP, just to catch the center where it's supposed to be. And after that, and I did a tiny bit more EQ work on these slopes, and I ended up with this, the orange. So let me remove everything and this one. So I ended up with this one in what, like 2 hours or something like that. And this is my target. So as you can see, it follows the target very nicely. Mid-ranges have a bit of a problems. They could do with a bit more EQ work, or I don't know, but it's fine as long as like I don't really hear anything. And like on the biggest, you have from here to here, you have what, 2.8 dB. That's 3.5. This is the biggest dip, which is like, well, 5.5 dB from target. But if I apply some smoothing, let's say one third smoothing, like that. With 1/3 of the smoothing, I have what, 3 plus minus 2 dB from target, and it goes down to what, 21 hertz, and then a bit lower. So I'm happy with the results. It took me 2-3 hours to do everything. And now because some people ask me, like, how do these Peerless drivers sound, and I cannot compare them because the system is not tuned. I cannot compare a tuned front end with SB acoustics with untuned Peerless. So now what I'm going to do, again, listening, a week, 2 weeks of just driving and listening with this tune, because this tune is exactly the same, target curve as the one that I had with SB acoustics. So now the system tuned to the same target curve, and only now I will be able to tell the differences. From first listening experience, like impressions, they're very good. I'm very happy about it. It sounds really, really good. There are slight, I can already hear a few slight differences, but I will be able to give my impressions after a week or two, because one or two songs you won't tell the whole picture. Yeah, so this is my new tuning session for my Peerless drivers and SB Acoustics tweeters, the new ones. I love the tweeters. I love the tweeters. But later on, after a week or two, I'm gonna make an impressions video, and I'm gonna give you my feedback how these drivers sound. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.